The First Descendant got some big news, some massive updates and patches, and some new content coming as well. And this video is going to cover most of it and get you guys up to date. Also, with my no money spent free to play experience. So lock in. We do have giveaways. Check it out in the comments. Everybody has a chance to win. And just want to show love and support to my community. Much appreciated. All right, with that out of the way, let's dive into it. So it is currently July 18th, and they put out a big patch. I do want to run through some of that information so you guys can know more or less what to expect from this. They let you turn off player effects for explosions. You can turn them all off, which is very cool. Then they made it easier for you to check the status of a player when they're down and things like that. They also have the AFK option to report a player. Then they improved the shard mission drops, and they improved drops in total, as well as a lot of optimizations and so much more, which is very special. On top of that, on August 1st, they announced that we could look forward to the new Descendant Luna. We've seen her in the story, but now she's going to be a playable character. And then you have the ultimate Valvi. You guys know that's my favorite character, the greatest character in the game, in my opinion. And I do have a video about how good she could be. Go check that out. Then I have they have new interception missions coming, meaning boss fights. They have the ultimate weapons coming out, some new stuff, new modules, new external components and skins on August 1st. That's literally in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks from today, we'll have another video breaking all that stuff down. But pretty much top tier stuff overall. That is the overall summary. I do want to showcase just very quickly so you can see the actual website. They have all the patch notes. I'll put that in the description so you can see it for yourself. Even developer notes. I actually really love the director information here. They tend to just be straightforward with us, and they've been very open, and that's important in my opinion. And I love that about this game so far. It's been an honor and a privilege to see that. But that's the general breakdown. I do want to showcase a couple of different parts. So if you go into your settings, into options, into display, this setting right here allows you to turn off for people like Glay when they're spamming their attacks. You can turn that off so you can only see your attacks. You can turn it off for the whole party, the whole squad, pretty much all targets. Personally, I'll keep it on for myself. I don't need it for anybody else. We're fine. Even for yourself, you can turn it off if that's something that bothers you. Hopefully they can add more display settings. I would like to turn off most of the HUD because I play the game enough to kind of know most of these things. That would be something special, in my opinion. One of the best things when it comes to drops they considered, as you can see now, the void missions showcase the actual elements right on them. So you don't even have to hover over it. You can see, oh, wait, this is chill. Cool. On top of that, one very awesome thing is that they'll actually give you exactly how much you have and how much it costs. So if you can see right here, before there's something I was worried of, like, do I have enough? Do I have enough? Well, now I don't have to travel over there and see if I have enough or go into my menu. I can just hover over a void mission and it says, yes, you have enough. Go in there and get it done. And then that way we'll be good to go. So this is huge. On top of that, they made it so that more shards will drop, more void shards will drop per mission, which is going to help, people who want to grind this. Very important to the game. It's one of the biggest end game things that I think is absolutely necessary for us as players. So that's something I love, and I'm excited the fact that they even implemented that to keep us, pretty much happy as we go forward. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And then they pretty much are changing a couple of different things that they felt like they wanted to do. Um, as far as like all the fixes, we know what that is. We know how that works. And also they wanted to give us a better future with the update as far as things go. So let's talk about one of the big changes that you might like, you might dislike. I mean, I think Bunny's fine. I know that a lot of people get annoyed because she pretty much decimates everything, but I absolutely think she's fine. But they tweaked a couple of her things to target enemies nearby and not random. So I haven't tested this thoroughly, but you know, it's kind of a nerf either way. And you know, we'll still figure out a way to use her. She's exaggeratingly good when it comes to AoE. But yeah, that's something that they changed and that I think that's interesting. There were a lot of little infiltration things that they've tweaked to fix to make sure that they made it more simple and straightforward. So that's pretty good. And there's just a lot of optimization things that I'm not going to get deep down the rabbit hole and go into, but I did want to touch on the future and what's coming again that you could look forward to on August 1st with all the new stuff. So the new stuff is looking crazy. You know, Valvi to me is my favorite, so she's coming at an ultimate. You have Luna, who can probably be something special. And then the new bosses, weapons, and all of the other items. What is it that you want to see most? What are you loving? Let me know in the comments as we go. Now, I do want to take a little bit of time to discuss my free to play, no money spent experience and kind of just take you guys on that journey as we take care of things here. All right. So let's go down the rabbit hole very quickly. First thing I want to talk about is my Descendants. Okay. I haven't been hunting for these the way most people will like target farm them. Pretty much casually played. Right, and I worked on Valvi, which I'll showcase in a minute, and I have a build video so you can check out. But I absolutely love her. She's so good, but all these characters have some value. Okay, Ajax can do anything and everything. I think he's top tier. Bunny, as we know, the most overpowered, most popular right now because you get her right from the story. Frey, very good at crowd control and actually can do some really good damage if you set her up properly. Sharon is a sleeper who not only gets you the great rewards, bonus rewards for infiltrating the outposts, but also very cool with her abilities. That I have like a build that I'm working on. I'll showcase that in due time. And the last is Blair. All right, I still haven't made a Blair build that I say is powerful, but basically I'm going to find a way to spam his things and make him super strong in the near future. But the reason I'm bringing these up is because I just ended up unlocking all of these characters without even trying, for the most part. Right, I got these 4 characters literally the first week, a couple days, 2 days, 3 days in, I don't even know, without even trying. And then the rest of these came in casually. It is getting a little more difficult to farm for these. Now I have to purposely get them. And so my experience there has been a little bit different compared to the first week where I just, wow, I got 4 characters right away. But I can't say this is a free to play game, and all the characters are so special. Like they literally have their own playstyle. You could make a video game for each of them and have their own storyline and have their own experience. So I'll give them credit for that. Now I want you to see how far along I am on my grind to max her out. I'm literally missing 3 spots for her, and I currently have one of them if I wanted to go ahead and use the catalyzation to continue to buff her up. Okay, but the point is that is super special and very helpful that I'm able to do this without spending any money. Now, a lot of time will be spent on some of the grind. We know that. But this is very important, critical thing to do so you're able to enhance everything. And so I love it so far. I got to give the game credit to be able to let me play and enjoy my favorite character without feeling like I'm crippled and having to pay for anything or anything of that sort. Okay. There is a grind, and I'll get into that in a second, but there is a grind. I don't have my weapons maxed out. So my Thunder Cage, I put an energy on it, and I don't have a lot of catalysts in here. And then the same thing with my Tamer. You would think since I have almost a max character, my weapons would be super powerful. Actually, my characters are carrying me, and my weapons are still lower level as far as maxing them out to the best potential that they could be. So that is something where it's like, okay, this week coming up, I'm gonna start making at least two of my weapons buffed and just focus on that in the near future, so I could just be an overpowered character. So that's the ultimate goal. Okay. Outside of that, I've had a lot of fun with the overall game. We're gonna get into some things. I've noticed when it comes to like free to play and no money spent, if I want to kind of get real with you guys, I've noticed like, poor Valvi, like she hasn't changed her outfit. It's been 2 weeks, man. She got a shower, Touch grass, Valvi. Come on. Like I'm not gonna get any of these outfits that I know of. It's not gonna happen. I can get some accessories, I can get some book bags, but it looks like a lot of this stuff I haven't searched on how to get it in game, but it would be very nice to find something in game to change her. And I haven't looked to see if that's even possible, guys. I've just been enjoying the game casually. So, and when I say casually, I probably have 200 hours in this game. So it's not that casual. But the point is I have some items, but a skin would be nice to make her look different, change her look. I like being unique. So that's just something that I've noticed and we'll get into. Speaking of that, I just yesterday, right before making this video, had a friend say, "Hey man, get the battle pass." And the reason why this is important is because I'm streaming the game, I'm making content, and they're like, "Hey man, you play this game a lot. Why don't you get the battle pass?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm all set." And I was already at level 70 something. And I ended up getting the battle pass yesterday. So next week I'll do an update on like how the battle pass affects me. The most thing that the battle pass offers is the boost, right? So I get extra XP. I can't use the XP because I don't have new characters to max out, so it's not that valuable. But having that XP for your weapons, your whatever, can help you get some good stuff. And then of course a couple of upgrading materials. So it doesn't really offer much, in my opinion, when it comes to the actual gameplay experience, as you would think. So pretty much all this stuff is skins and simple stuff that it's not that serious. And they gave me a weapon which I already had 2 copies of, and I'll take it right here, this bad boy. So I don't really feel too like, oh wow, it did anything special. And then the end of this, I haven't really looked into this. I don't really care for the battle pass, to be honest with y'all. It's not something that I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest. But as you can see, there's not really much here. Some skins. I'm pretty much at the end of it. That's pretty much it. The coolest thing in here is this right here. But yeah, so I'll bring that up because like free to play, it's like, oh well, I broke the code. I didn't really break it, but a buddy did. And so that's how that works. And I honestly don't feel bad about this system. I'm kind of trying to judge this. It's the reason I'm doing this kind of run, to see like, can somebody enjoy this without having that struggle? And so far, yeah, I can easily say I enjoyed it big time. It's been a blast. Now, I will kind of try to point out, like I said, it doesn't feel like I'm going to get a lot of these new characters casually anymore. It's like I would have to spend a day hunting for a specific character and unlocking them. And so that can be something that we can talk about as far as like, okay, well, how will it feel after you get the main character you want? and you have a good foundation of characters and weapons and everything's looking good, but you want the rest of them. And so this is where that gatekeeping design does affect me big time. And the thing I can say is like, I got that double XP, but I can't use it because all of these characters are locked. So I have to go and search for them. And so they're not hard to do, guys. The funny thing is, you know, people are like, oh my God, I can't get this character. I can't get that character. They're not that hard to do. You just have to target farm them. And that's something that's actually very cool system in the game that I love. And this is where that access info will allow you to pick up. For example, Lepic, I have him as my next targeted. Right here, I just need to do this blueprint and then get a couple of these quick. These are pretty quick to get. And then I grab this, which might take a little more time, and I have him. So that'll be the next one that I'll grab. And I didn't try to farm him. I ended up getting a lot of his pieces. And there's some characters like that that I have. It's like, oh wait, I have a decent number of their pieces. I should go pick them up. So is, for example, I have all the materials. I just need to get the blueprints mostly for a lot of these characters. And I didn't try to get the materials. It's just playing the game. So this is, you know, the reason I'm stressing this is because this is a big factor on a gatekeeping scenario where like, oh, but that's a part of why you enjoy a game. I've played games that given me way less. So this game has given me its money's worth, and I'm so blessed to love it as much as I do and enjoy it as much as I do. And hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. Let me know in the comments what's your experience so far, how you've enjoyed this game, and let's dive into it. I'm gonna be doing some community days where I carry players and help them out. Pull out my Valvi, pull out Bunny, Ajax, trying different characters to carry people with. I have a lot of default characters as far as Ray, Blair, right? I'm sorry, Freyna, Blair, you know, and even Ajax is still default. I'm thinking of putting an energy activator on him because he's one of the best in the game, in my opinion. But hey, let me know what y'all think, what y'all doing out there. Let's have some fun. Make sure you hit that giveaway, man. I'm giving away 2 of my favorite games of the year. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake called Delta. It's coming out, and I got a free copies for you guys, as well as Assassin's Creed Shadows. As you can tell, I love stealth games, so you can get your own copy of that if you lock in and rock with me. So make sure you do that. See you guys in the comments. Peace.